Today on Hytale, 3 interviews with Simon, gear progression, the Geneva Convention, and more. Welcome to the Daily Hytale Update. I am your host, Muffled Muffin. Let's hop straight into the news. 3 separate Simon interviews were released today, one by Elrich MC, one by Quebec Corner, and one by Big Dude. One even included Simon's voice. After, and very importantly after you have watched my video, you should go check each of them out. Simon began the day by announcing that Hytale was no longer in violation of the Geneva Convention, as they have now replaced this Red Cross symbol that indicates healing with a different symbol. As a Canadian myself, I can understand the patriotic urge to violate the Geneva Convention, but it's good to see that Hytale will no longer be struck down by international law. W's in the chat for that. He also completed a 2-hour-long playtest of the exploration game loop today, confirming that he experienced no crashes and had lots of fun, with full-scale quality assurance work beginning tomorrow. He noted that NPCs still act weird sometimes, knockback feels wrong altogether, and is in need of a complete overhaul. The shovel has been added with the area of effect mining to make digging through soils faster. Mining feels bad, and they are considering implementing signature abilities for tools as a whole to make breaking blocks more engaging, although that will be left for post-launch. Building in exploration mode is beginning to feel good, but Simon feels that Hytale currently has way too many blocks and may overwhelm builders, so they're working to make the whole system feel right. Following that, automation was, for the 9 millionth time, stated to be a feature left for long after launch because there are more important features for the meantime. Backpacks were then confirmed to be in Hytale to reduce inventory management issues in exploration mode, which will be great in combination with the extra row of inventory compared to another block game. Simon also mentioned that you can see mod changes live in-game without having to reboot at all, and that even world gen mods can be made where you select a part of the world and reload it to update the world gen in that section, allowing for super fast iteration of world generation systems without resetting the game at all. I wonder if this is how the Hytale team has managed to create 2 systems that work in tandem, where the regular one generates the whole world and then randomly selects areas for the new super crazy generator to regenerate. Simon also promoted the upcoming World Gen blog post for the 10 millionth time, and I'm sure he'll do it even more. Next, he announced a program that excites me a lot, a Support a Creator Revenue Share program. This will be available to YouTubers and modders to apply to, and they will post information about how to apply on the Hytale Twitter account in the next few days. Creators fans will then be able to use their code when purchasing Hytale, and a percentage of that purchase will go to the creators. He referenced that the Hypixel Minecraft servers version of this has given about $3 million to their content creators. So hopefully we'll be able to reach similar numbers on Hytale. Once again, I ask that you all subscribe to help me get into this program and justify making even more Hytale content for you all. It will supposedly be accessible to smaller creators who are part of the core community, which hopefully includes me on both accounts, and if you plan to make mods, this could include you as well. The Hytale Twitter showed off a screenshot from within a cozy little home, asking us what type of homes we are planning to build in Hytale. In the image we can see plenty of bamboo furniture and what appears to be a loaf of bread, plus some multicolored bookshelves. The next Hytale blog post was announced to be about, drumroll please, creative tools for builders. Seriously, when is this World Gen blog post coming out? Simon said that they even have rulers and laser pointers for us, which, to be honest, I don't see the use of a ruler in a block game where everything is 90-degree angles and measurements are generally very countable, but I guess I could always be proven wrong. Laser pointers are a very cool idea, and it would be even cooler if we could shine them into players' faces to temporarily blind them. Sword crafting and gear progression was an interesting discussion topic of the day, with Simon mentioning that they are considering making the Prisma tier, which I think he must have misspelt Prima, meaning the top tier, because I've never heard Prisma in a Hytale context before, a tier that is achieved by crafting a bunch of lower tier armors or weapons into it. However, such a high tier won't be coming to Hytale for a while. He also wants to keep progressions largely horizontal, such that iron, tier 3, presumably above stone and copper, is still usable in the late game, as well as having situational gear choices. Currently, the Hytale team is planning about 6 or 7 tiers. He mentions that technically, thorium, cobalt, and adamantine, which I don't think is a name we've heard before, are about the same in terms of stats and make up the 4th to 6th tiers, with each having slightly different bonuses. Hopefully this is expanded to weapon swing speed and damage scaling differently to make a weapon's playstyle more adaptable by changing the material. Simon said the tiers were being used to differentiate different materials right now, rather than different power levels, but he would consider changing it to represent power levels instead, such that cobalt, adamantine, and thorium were all the same tier. Simon also shared a screenshot of the minimap from his playtest, where we can see he struggled quite a lot with this Outlander village, having 5 death markers spread throughout it. We can also see this house icon, which indicates Simon's spawn point. Amusingly, he slept right in an Outlander's house, and used that as a base of operations to kill all of the Outlander's friends. We also get a glimpse into the layout of Outlander villages, which seem to revolve around a large central building and courtyard, with houses growing sparser as they move away from the village center. This one seems to have had a cool generation thing, where a lot of the houses are along the shoreline, making it seem a little bit like a fishing village, but that is probably just coincidence. We also got shown these 2 brand new in-game images by Elrich MC. Supposedly there is a third within his video somewhere, but I have not had time to watch it yet, as it is 50 minutes long and I'm a busy man. And we've reached the end of today's news, so you can go check out his video now. Until tomorrow, goodbye, and stay hypey. Subscribe!